Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, Shadowbringers. In the last part, we wrapped up patch 5.2 story, and now it's time to do a post game. So, first thing on the block is Ruby Doomsday. We unlocked this during the story, so that among many other reasons. Like, yeah, we should do this first. Arya, glad you could make it. As you may have heard, Commander Alden has been ordered to embark from Atlantis headquarters to hold back the advance of the Empire's latest menace. Not that the soldiers stationed there are too chuffed about being on the front line against these new weapons. If they're designed to slay primals, they'd make short work of us mere mortals as well. Mind you, it's Gaius Baelsar and his followers who have led the charge so far. By all accounts, they've been giving as good as they get. Unfortunately, their sorties have met with little success. I dare say they'd benefit greatly from your presence on the battlefield. If you're ready, my colleague over at Porta Praetoria will show you the way. No. I can't even hit the right buttons. On your way to headquarters, I take it? So, there's a little while since we've been here. There's that Gimlet Dark entrance. I think that's Gimlet Dark. That's what comes up if I select it, right? Yeah. The Gimlet Dark. I can never say it right. So your mind is set. Then I shall apprise you of the situation. We have discovered that the previously abandoned Ultimate Weapon project is being helmed by the reformed 7th Legion. They have already succeeded producing several prototypes, one of which is said to be deployed on the Eorzean front. Its name? The Ruby Weapon. Severa and I were able to get within striking distance during one of its test runs and made an attempt to destroy it. An attempt that ended in failure, alas. Based on our knowledge of the original Ultimate Weapon, the explosives we employed should have been sufficient to blast through its armor plating, but they barely left a mark. We suspect the gifts of its predecessor may have proven the source of its resilience. As you well know, the Ultimate Weapon was designed to absorb ether from icons, and the Ruby Weapon no doubt shares that ability. If any were summoned during the uprisings in Garlemald's occupied territories, and thereafter consumed, our enemy would become all the more formidable. But its near impenetrable armor was only the beginning of our troubles. It fought back with whip-like claws that could be extended and contracted at will. In the face of such opposition, we were forced to withdraw. Gaius was injured shielding me from Ruby Weapon's assault. Even now, he struggles to stand. Damn it all. If I hadn't been so careless, this wouldn't have happened. You need not concern yourself. Let's not forget that I am the one who initiated the Ultimate Weapon project. If I must give my life to bury this shameful legacy, then so be it. If you were to face it as you are now, you'd be cut down before you even hobbled within firing distance. In any case, we can't afford to lose the information in your head on both the foe we face and the Empire itself. We all know that asking for Arya's assistance presents our best chance of stopping that war machina. 'Tis true that if anyone were capable of putting down such monstrosity, it would be her. Though I have no right to ask this of you, will you lend us your strength? I'm not one to back down from a fight, mainly because I get thrown to them. You have my thanks. And mine, though I must impress upon you the urgency of our situation. We have received word that the Empire is preparing to advance on the Gimlet Dark. This is where we will intercept them. If our fears are proven correct, the Ruby Weapon will be among their hosts. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, should it break through our lines, there's no telling the devastation it will wreak. Make no mistake, the very survival of the Eorzea hangs in the balance. Once you have steeled yourself for the battle ahead, your escort will lead the way. What price price must the world pay for my hubris? A short while earlier, in the Garlean-occupied city of Whirl's Magitech installation, commencing Ruby weapon activation sequence. All units, stand by. Initiating synthetic oversight system. Fusion successful. No signs of incompatibility. Awaiting your signal. Ruby weapon, codename Darnus, ready for launch. Hello. Valdolin has briefed me on our mission. I am to take you as far as our expected point of contact with the Ruby weapon. Once we arrive, the rest is up to you, I'm afraid. The Cinder Drift is now accessible. Oh, this queue may suck. Excuse me, I was eating! Because I was pretty sure that was gonna take a while. Enemy detected. Commencing attack. So let's see how much I try not to do extreme on this side. It's just the times that I've done normal, and I've done extreme more recently than normal. Behold the Ruby weapon! It will be the last thing you ever see. Maybe the Brotherhood. Anyway, Stamp is Tankbuster, Optimized Illusion Ultima is just a general AoE. That close to him. And he is going to do a lot of force movement, like so. So Alexi Claws! The claws are going to go out! We need to avoid the line, I believe. And I believe liquefaction means get the heck on the line. If you don't get on the lines, well, you're going to sink in and just die. Ruby Ray is a frontal line attack. I probably should not be using shoulder tackle as liberally as I am. I'm gonna miss you, shoulder tackle. I'm gonna miss you, Fist of Fire. I'm gonna miss you, Fist of Wind. Oh, Walker's coming. Walker's gonna yell already. A long yell. Alright, another Flexi Claw. This time it's gonna be the other one. Or no, it's gonna be this one. Okay. So we need to kind of stand in the right place to not get hit by the outward throwing claws, I guess is the right word. Alright, high power homing laser is going to be a split stack, targeting the healers. Obviously don't stack the stacks. Are we not going to do this other part? Yeah, here it goes. Alright, Raven's Fly, you're gonna see it do a pattern across the arena. And basically, just move. as you see it going here. In Extreme, he does a bit more stuff there. It's scary. I still mess up the Extreme version of that. I'm really bad at the Extreme version of that, actually. I know what the tank is pulling off the wall, but pulling off the wall! I'm doing the best I can anyway. Alright, homing lasers. It's gonna be a split stack along with force move. Ruby dynamics, you need to get in. Or no, not a split stack is Extreme. Please give me a spot. Nope. Not giving me a spot. The split stack there is Extreme. And now we go into Rage and Optimize Ultima. This Rage is actually a 10% rage. But, well, we're kind of outmatching it. This can't be! The Ruby weapon is unstoppable! I'm sorry, everyone. This is the end for me. Activating Oversoul. Increasing pilot override rate to 100%. Commencing force shutdown and system restart. Schematic oversight switching to Oversoul mode. Loading data sample. Darkness combat data ready. Initiating organic core overwrite. What is this? No! Get out of my mind! Stop! No! I am Nail Van Darnus. Come to purify this forsaken land. Limit gauge recess. Yeah, technically the limit breaks at the end there, but well, sounds like effort. So anyways, welcome to phase 2. There's gonna be a download report gauge, and it's gonna go into this negative persona. And these two ads are gonna spawn. You do not want to bring them together. Half the group will be targeted by these dives, these meteor streams. In Extreme, this would be a party split as well as the just actual split. But, well, this is an Extreme. Alright, and that resets our download record gauge. And it's beginning its descent. I don't know why I'm doing positionals to swamp me. Where's the havoc? Because I just came off a positional fight. Anyway, 5 seconds till download falls. Oh, by the way, you can see it right there. There's download. Hello. How can this be? Oh, mighty download, I'm not thy loyal servant. Red moon of destruction, I shall prove to thee my worth. I'm forgetting. Vengeance shall be mine. Alright, Match Tech Comet! This is gonna put out a thing along the edge of the arena. Oh no, this is the... this. I'm fine, I'm alive. Anyways, there is a meteor descending, so my other monk. That is the melee hate in this fight, by the way, right there. Say hello. Anyways, this is the part I was thinking about. So ideally the tanks and healers take these. Not the DPS, but it's looking like I'm gonna take this. Anyways, this is sort of like the last fight in Born or Bone. With having to block these and... Thank you. And yeah, you have to block those so they don't hit. If they hit, I believe it's vulnerabilities. Anyways, let's hit the button. I believe after this, Pure and Rage is going to start with just some downloads and yeah. Oh yeah, someone said GG after phase 1, by the way. Someone always says GG after phase 1. Even from afar, your figure was unmistakable, as ever, an impressive display. Though I am sure you will concur, the ultimate weapon pales in comparison to this new monstrosity. If their research is allowed to continue, the next model will be nigh unstoppable. With that in mind, the Alliance has enlisted the help of... Wait, I hear something. Here to sift through what remains of the ruby weapon, are you? Ellie! What do you think you're doing? Ellie? Father? Wait, what? It's been too long, Alphonse. And you too, Rex. Given that the Empire is proceeding with the weapon project and making inroads into Eorzea, I suppose it was only a matter of time until our paths cross. It's wonderful to see you again, Father, although I can't say I think much of the company you've been keeping. I know a lot's happened, but I'm just glad you're all right, and now you can come back to Garlemald with us. My days serving the Empire are over. Because you're suspected of assassinating Emperor Varus? But we know you'd never do a thing like that. There must be a way to prove your innocence. Then everything can go back to the way it was. So he found you two shivering on the roadside and was going through a world. Lucky for you, eh? If he hadn't, we'd probably be dead by now. As for us three, our parents all died in the epidemic. We'd still be begging on street corners if it weren't for him. I just wish there was a way we could repay Lord Gaius for all the kindness he's shown us. He fights for the Empire, and so we should too. That'll make him proud of us. You're saying we should join the army? I don't think that's such a good idea. Everyone in the world was scared of the Guardians. Why would we want to be like them? Lord Gaius is different. I know he is. You're right. He always says that the strong should lead the way. Maybe that's why he took us in. Alright, if becoming a soldier is what it takes, I'll do it. Who's with me? Count me in, and maybe one day people look up to us like we do Lord Gaius. And it's settled. From now on, we're all brothers and sisters fighting for the same cause. Brothers and sisters? Then that would make Lord Gaius our father? Well, if he doesn't mind us calling him that, I suppose. So, I guess there's another word there. And that makes you our big brother since you're the oldest. You'd better be nice to us or I'm telling Father. Father, since you went away, a lot has changed in the Empire. For us, too. If we'd known that you were still out there, still alive, none of this would have happened. What do you mean? The truth is... If you must go, I will not stop you, but answer me this. Who was piloting the ruby weapon? We all know that Neil Van Darnus has not returned from the dead. Who do you think? It was Melisandre. No. No, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe you would let that happen. She was a sister to you, to all of you. We only want to finish what you started. And while we will never forget all you have done for us, the next time we meet, it shall be as enemies. Goodbye, Father. As for you, hero of Eorzea, you'll pay for what you did to Melisandre. I swear it. Well, well, Gaius found Beosar. We meet again. Come to see how your precious weapon project has been proceeding in your absence, have you? You are come to collect data on the ruby weapon, correct? The pallet, Melisandre, should still be inside the cockpit. I will ask Baldwin to escort you to the wreckage. Any idea who this Melisandre is? An imperial crony of his, perhaps? One of the orphans. Gaius always did have an eye for talent and mind for to nurture it. In fact, Livius Junius was another protege of his. He even took me under his wing when my father became obsessed with the Meteor Project. It's strange that I felt closer to Gaius than my own flesh and blood. Then, my father and countless others lost their lives in the Bozja incident. Although he was acting under Emperor Solus's orders, he masterminded the whole thing. I begged him to reconsider, to put an end to this madness, but my words fell on deaf ears. That's when I turned to Gaius for support, but he was as much a pawn of the Emperor as my father and refused to intervene. And when my turn came to serve, I defected and fled to Eorzea. I blame Gaius as much as any of them, perhaps even more, for the barbaric acts carried out in the name of conquest. But when we met at the Praetorium, all the hatred that had been festering inside me seemed to fade away, and I remembered the man I once respected. To think the dreaded Black Wolf was a mere plaything of the Ascians, who left him broken and disgraced, having sent thousands of his men to early graves. It's more than most could bear, and how the lives of the children he raised hang in the balance. Any personal grievances I have with Gaius can wait. I'd best gather what information I can on the ruby weapon, but I'll be back as soon as possible. If Sid is as I remember him, it will not take long for him to finish investigating the remains of the ruby weapon. He never was one to waste time. My engineers are still in the field, but there's something I thought you should know right away. It's about the pilot. I'm not sure how to tell you this, but... If Melisandre is dead, I only hope she was not made to suffer. Death would have been a kindness. In all my years, I've never seen such a perversion of science and nature. Her body was fused with the ruby weapon's core. Those last moments must have been spent in pure agony as her very life's essence was drained from her. So she was sacrificed to power that infernal machine. We must act quickly if we are to prevent the Empire from committing further atrocities. Arya, is there any other information you can share with us regarding the ruby weapon prior to its deactivation? Now then, Darnus. Did the Legatus mean that much to Melisandre? From what I gather, it sounds as if data based on Nail's combat capabilities was used to override the pilot's consciousness after she was fused with the core. If this technology is perfected, then the Empire begins implanting the memories of renowned warriors such as the White Raven into its soldiers. The Alliance will not stand a chance. Is such a thing even possible? A similar manner of transference was used on the prototype Estinian bot, was it not? Your friend did mention he overheard the Signiferi loading various sets of data into the test model during the battle. It appears that the system has been improved since then. While it may bear some similarities, we won't know for certain until we've analyzed the wreckage of the ruby weapon. It cannot be denied that combining combat data from an experienced soldier with powers of an icon has yielded remarkable results. In doing so, the Empire is sunk to the very depths of depravity. This is beyond forgiveness. For once, I agree with you. Yet one question remains unanswered. How were they able to obtain data on someone who was supposedly killed prior to the calamity? That's what I'm trying to determine. There is one possibility I'd like to explore, but I'll need to carry out a more thorough investigation first. Severa will provide support while you are in the field. Not only is she extremely well versed in the latest Garlean technology, there are a few soldiers I would rather have watching my back. In the meantime, Valdulin and I will follow the ruby weapon's tracks back to its point of origin. We will learn what we can of the weapons project and the manner in which Alphonse and the others are involved. Should we uncover anything of value, we will relay it to the troops stationed here. For now, I suggest you use this lull in Garlean activity to recuperate. Me? Allowed to recuperate? What? Doesn't happen. Will I be correct in guessing that this belated reunion with those darling orphans of yours has stirred up memories of your time in Garlemald? Remember our agreement, Gaius. If you so much as think of returning to your Imperial Masters, I will kill you. So you put down the ruby weapon. God, I wish I could have seen it. Not from too close, mind. I suppose I should report news of your victory to the higher-ups. I realize you must have been through quite the ordeal, but could you give me a quick summary of the battle? You make it sound so easy. From the way you tell it, anyone would think you slay hulking brutes like that for a living. I'll put all this into a report and leave a copy over there. Should you fancy a bit of light reading? Anyway, I expect you've got more pressing matters to take care of, like going for a celebratory pint. If the Garlands pluck up the courage to come knock me again, we'll let you know. Until then, rest up. Meanwhile, in the World Magitech installation, we should have told him the truth. He'd be able to help us. I know he would. That's exactly the problem, Allie. If he knew the true nature of the weapon project, he'd find some way to interfere. We've come too far to back down now. I won't let Melisandre's death be in vain. Even if it means going against Father's wishes. Cheer up, Alphonse. We can all go back to being one big happy family after we've dealt with those pesky Eorzeans. It'll be just like old times. If only it were that simple. There's no guarantee any of us will make it back alive. Excuse me, I think you're forgetting whose turn it is next. Oh, ye of little faith. With me at the helm of the sapphire weapon, it'll be over before you know it. Whatever happens, Rex, promise you'll come back to us. I couldn't bear to lose you, too. Well, we are not going to get this quest here because that's next patch. We are, however, I have to say, that was the most exhilarating battle. I have never dreamed that I would have the chance to see such a ferocious war mocking with my own eyes. You might find it obvious this in the Eorzea would be so excited by something sent by the Garleans to slaughter us in our thousands. As an avid follower of all things gigantic and mechanical, I just can't help myself. Oh, to be able to pilot such a majestic creation. Perhaps I should defect to the Empire enough for my services. Ever since the time of the original Ultimate Weapon, I've fallen in love with this fusion of elegant and Garlean design. It takes my breath away. So much so that I use my spare moments at the Ironworks to develop a line of miniatures. And now your recently vanquished foe shall be the inspiration for my next endeavor. Please do me the honor of casting your gaze upon the piece once it is complete. If that's what it takes to make you shut up. Did he say something? Whatever it was, I'm sure you were offering heartfelt words of encouragement. It's the support of fans like such as yourself that make this such a worthwhile hobby. I am proud to say my work adorns the homes of many like-minded Machina lovers. The Ultimate Weapon and Magitech Reaper miniatures, to name but two of my creations, are especially popular. Of course, I wouldn't be much of an engineer if I only made inanimate ornaments. Behold, I have restored this elegant relic out of the favorite flourishes of my own and dubbed it the real virtuality combat simulation experiencinator. By feeding it various pieces of data, such as images of my replicas and so on, is able to recreate a range of combat scenarios for research purposes, of course, not entertainment. Oh no! I can see you're practically champing at the bit to give it a try. There's no stopping you, intrepid adventurer types. It won't be long until my latest work is complete. All that remains are one or two final adjustments, so don't go anywhere. Lovely, elegant glass weapons, weapons, weapons. I channel this passion to creating homages of my favorite war machina, which is more than a mere hobby. It is the wind in my sails. Ruby weapon? A fine choice. Allow me a moment to prepare. Feast your eyes on the likeness of the Crimson Conqueror, the Vermilion villain, the Scarlet Scoundrel, the one and only Ruby Weapon. As I am sure you remember, its most prominent characteristics was impregnable armor plating, adroitly depicted here, and its long flexible claws, which are, well, you'll just have to imagine those for now. The head and arched neck are somewhat reminiscent of a ravenous void scent, which may be the result of having resorted primal, probably one summoned by those resisting the Empire. In that sense, it could even be considered an ally of sorts. I'm just like, really? I can't read with my eyes like my characters. There I go, getting carried away as usual. These darn, like, eyelids are in the way. I can tell you've absorbed about as much information as you can handle for now, so why don't we fire up the real virtuality combat simulation experiencinator? You best brace yourself because even I don't know what's going to happen. Cinder Drift Extreme is now accessible. Tokens earned in the Sara world can be exchanged for gear and other items by speaking with Sutana in Revenant's Toll. However, we are not going to speak with the NPC. We are going to pile of papers what appears to be a collection of reports written by members of the Resistance. Sure, let's just go through them, since otherwise it'll be short. Name, Gaius Balsar. Pure-blooded Garlean, formerly Gaius of the 14th Legion. During his time in the Empire, he was credited with the conquest of 5 cities. Extremely dangerous, though currently aligned against Garlemald. Assumed dead following the Battle of Castrum Meridianum, he survived and made the elimination of Ascians his primary objective, operating under the name Shadowhunter. The Ultimate Weapon project that he once helmed has since been taken over by the 7th Legion, prompting him to cooperate with the Eorzean Alliance in preventing new weapons from being developed and deployed. He has provided invaluable information on the Ruby Weapon, though it has recently come to light that the pilot was an orphan once under his care. There's a possibility that he may betray us and return to the Empire, so he must be monitored closely. The Ruby Weapon, war machina developed by the 7th Imperial Legion as a successor to the Ultimate Weapon. Our sources indicate that, like the original, it is able to absorb the ether of primals, which may be the cause of the vastly different appearance and combat capabilities. It possesses extremely dense armor and flexible claw-like weapons. Shortly after its deployment in the Gimlet Dark, there I go again, a team led by the Warrior of Light intercepted it and rendered it inoperable. Garland and Irex are currently investigating the wreckage. Melisandria, pilot of the Ruby Weapon. All other information regarding the subject was gained via verbal testimony of Gaius Balsar and must therefore be considered potentially unreliable. Her parents were killed when their homeland in the Imperial territory of Whirl was struck by an epidemic. She was later taken into the care of Gaius with several other orphans. She was despondent and introverted at first, but through the guidance of Alphonse, the eldest of the orphans, she could become more assertive and self-assured. Little is known of how she came to pilot the Ruby Weapon. According to Gaius, her emotional attachment to Alphonse may have been what compelled her to participate in this dangerous mission. The report delivered by Garland following the preliminary examination of Ruby Weapon's remains states that Melisandria's body was fused with its core, with no vital signs detected. Estimated age at time of death? 20. Well, that was exciting. So yeah, that is next patch, so we will not be doing that now. I mean, we've got to do a COVID delay, right? That's kind of the joke going into 5.3 at this point. There's a COVID delay. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, next time we will take on Eden. Tier 2. So we'll see you then. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep making content like this and more. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!